Alright, this video is going to show you how to replace the water pump in a John Deere 755 tractor. So, the hood is already off of mine. I noticed that there was coolant leaking from just under the bottom of the water pump. You can see where my finger is pointing. So I believe my water pump is bad, so I got a new one, and we'll find out. And initially when I was looking at this, trying to figure out how to replace it, I was thinking the radiator might have to come out first so you can get to the fan bolts to hold the fan blade on. But after looking at it, I think I can just leave the radiator in place, which will save a lot of time. And then I can I just loosened the bolts on the alternator. So after loosening this bolt here and this bolt there, and also the bottom bolt down there, after loosening those three bolts, then the alternator comes loose. The fan, the tension of the belt is slack now, so I can pop off the belt pretty easily. And now I think I should be able to just undo these three bolts in there. There's three bolts, and then there's one more bolt on the other side. So I'm going to pull those off and see if that'll get this out. So on here you can see the bolt locations that I was talking about. You've got the three bolts over on this side, and then the one bolt over on that side. So I think once those four bolts come out, everything should come loose, and then I can just take the whole thing out with the fan blade, and then once the whole thing's out, then I can put the new fan blade on my new water pump. So this is what the water pump looks like. By the way, I ended up getting the OEM John Deere one, which I don't know, it was like I think it was over $100, but I almost got one of the aftermarket ones on Amazon or eBay that said they're interchangeable, but I saw some reviews of certain plugs or certain little things being a little bit different, so I didn't want to chance issues on this, so I just got the OEM John Deere one. All right, so I got it out. All I had to do was just take off the radiator hoses and wiggle it around, and she came right out. So time to put in the new one. And I'll just bolt this fan right under the new one and slip it on in there. Put in a new belt and maybe new hoses. All right, so the fan came right off real easy. 10 millimeter bolts, and then this temperature switch or sensor was actually really stuck in there pretty tight. So that was a 21 millimeter, and I had to get this thing flat on the ground and just get some leverage and just pound on this wrench to break it loose. And then this bolt here was also really tight. That was a 22 millimeter, and I had to hit that super hard to get that out too. Okay, so I got it back in there. Just a couple notes that'll save you some time when you're doing this. First of all, I replaced the radiator hose over here, and I'm just about to put the last one on over here. On the far side, the hose is this guy right here. The part number is M90397. And that one, as well as this other small hose here, 90396, both of those took a while to order. It took several weeks. So make sure you get all the parts you need ahead of time so you're not waiting for things like I was. And then one other thing is the schematics on the old John Deere 755 are not very accurate, apparently. And so the schematic showed this gasket here, part number M800047, but it's actually not the right gasket, so don't get this one. I don't have the part number for the correct one. I looked around a little bit and wasn't able to find it. So I ended up just making a gasket out of RTV sealant, this stuff here. So hopefully this holds and does the job. And I guess one other thing that I would say is that think about the sequence of when you're installing things. So I made a mistake. I had to reinstall this twice because the first time I forgot to loosely put in that far bolt over there because that one there has to be in before this pulley. So make sure you at least set that in there loosely before you put the pulley in. And then the other two you can get in, afterward. Those are fine. So then the other mistake that I made was that the belt also has to be on the pulley first before you tighten the water pump into place. I tightened the water pump into place and then found that there wasn't enough slack to in the adjustment here for the alternator. There wasn't enough slack there for me to get the belt on. So I had to take the water pump back off and get the belt on the pulleys and then put the water pump back in. So that was kind of a pain. So I learned from my mistakes and do it right the first time, and don't forget your bolt, and also make sure the belt is loosely on there so you can just get it back in one shot. Anyway, hope this all helps, save you some time. Good luck. See ya.